Cord, and then various other budget jank probably. I mean, in fairness, we're also budget jank here. Like no offense to the other deck, I think a lot of what makes the deck honest in the meta is the bridge and the Blood Moon. We're gonna have to see if this deck can stand on its own without relying on Blood Moons and bridges. I'm not sure that it can, but maybe in a budget meta, that was my thought. I don't think this deck could stand in the real meta. I think this can only work in a budget tournament as we're planning to use it in. Otherwise, you know, you'd have to play it like this, the Blood Moon variant, period. I just think that Blood Moon's too strong in Modern right now, and same with Britain Snaring Bridges. Overmagic says, transcodes? Yeah. That's awesome. But anyway, I built this deck not just for me, I built this deck for you guys. So seriously, let's screenshot it one more time. And both deck variants. I'm going to give you a screenshot of the expensive version that I don't necessarily recommend starting on. The budget variant also has a lot of the same components that the expensive version does as far as Harbingers, Adepts, Prodigies, Glenelondras, Masters are concerned. It is the same in that. Alright, Vengevines are coming. Yeah, we're pretty toast. Unless I can do something like... The thing about Vizier Seer is I can't really steal anything efficiently. Alright, we're done. That's fine. Does anybody want to play the deck with a budget variant? Go ahead and challenge me. I think that unfortunately we're going to find we're not going to be able to test the budget variant of the Wizards. This was, what we were just playing was not this variant. If you're sitting there like, whoa, whoa, wasn't your deck 24 and 11? Yes, it is. And it still is. But we, I built a budget variant that I'm going to take to the 100 ticket event. Other cards we're going to talk about, Mistbind Clique, might be a potential. Yeah, challenge me, Galaxy. I think we're just going to have to do viewer battles, because we'll probably find stuff that's outside the metagame. Like, expense-wise, our opponent's deck was nowhere near 100 tickets, it was way more. There's nothing wrong with that. I think there's nothing wrong with playing an expensive deck in the tournament room at all. In fact, maybe it was inappropriate for me to take this to the tournament practice room. But I'll test against you guys. Let's not test the Mistbind Clique just yet. The problem with Vendilion Clique, I looked into Vendilion Clique, it would have been like my whole expense. It would have been my whole 100 ticket budget. I got you, man. Profaner sounds like it could be good. Yeah, Profaner's going to be better in this matchup. Like, we might want to main deck the Profaner. It'll probably be better in this metagame than it would normally be in Modern in general. Okay, he figured it out. Good. I'm so excited, though, to bring this deck to you guys, because I know a lot of you guys have, like, really fell in love, as I have, with Dumbledore's army, with the Wizards. I just know that a lot of you guys are having trouble affording the expensive version, the mono-red, or the red-blue variant. So I brewed this for you guys. I did. I mean, also the tournament, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't lie to you guys. I also brewed it for my tournament, but I also was hoping that some of you guys who've been saying, I can't play your deck, it's too expensive, you know, trim a couple things like Shackles. Trim a couple things like a Master here and there. Build this in paper. Build it on Moto. This is officially, this right here that you're seeing, other than, I guess, the pretty lands, equates to under 100 tickets. Let's do this. Sounds good. Okay, I could maybe keep this hand. I wish it had a Vial, but again, since he also said he's playing budget, this hand should be strong enough. Let's lead Conclave, say go. Then we're going to go Silvergill. Do you have a way to beat Infect? Seems like a budget deck. I don't think it's going to be a budget deck, but if we wanted to, you could run this. Because we don't have access to Spellskite. Spellskite's about 20 bucks on Magic Online. That would be a fifth of our budget, which might be worth it. If there's a lot of people jamming Infect, it might be worth to spend a whole fifth of the budget. Like, most of the budget for the budget variant of this went to Masters and went to Vials. Vials, as a playset, is 20 bucks on Moto, and the Masters are each 8 tickets. So most of the budget... Okay, he's playing Martyr. Nice. That's awesome. I'm excited. Let's do it. And this might be fun for some of you guys who are like, I can never play the decks you play because you're sponsored, Sean, but I can play the budget variants. Let's go back to the expensive version, though, because I know some of you guys are tryhards and don't want to see a budget deck, period. So let's go back and talk about this version. There's a lot of good things I can say about this. I'm going to try to transfer over as many of the engines as I can. I just don't think we can transfer a bridge effect. And I'm not even sure it would be good in a budget setting, as Irish was saying. We're not sure it would be good. But this is not the budget variant. This is the very expensive, borrowed from my sponsors, most of the cards, and you guys helped with the Blood Moons, for example. And the bridge. You guys also helped with the bridges. I had one bridge, and you guys helped me buy another bridge, which was awesome. So go. So we got the Archmage, that's half the combo. We can tutor into the other half of the combo. Now against something like Soul Sisters or Martyr, do you really need something like the Spell Lock? Yeah, I think the Spell Lock's good. There's a Pride Mate. Pride Mate will be hard for us to keep up with. Unless we can steal it. Spell Stutter's interesting. I don't have enough mana yet though, do I? No, because it's 2 to animate this. So this is not nearly as good as Mutavault is in this deck for turning on certain effects. Basically, this Spell Stutter, if you don't have a Mutavault, instead of being a 3-mana counterspell, is going to be a 4-mana counterspell. It seems much worse. We may have to Ether Mage already to be able to steal the Pride Mage. Yeah, we don't have any good blocks. I think the only other thing I should maybe consider is just playing the Silvergill. And see if we draw to an Ether Vial. Ether Vial here would be a really solid top deck. Okay, Master. Okay, we may could go wider than the opponent. As long as we're careful and have the Spell Stutter to counter a Path to Exile, we should be able to go wider. Honestly, this version has more counter magic than this, but counter magic is not very good in Modern right now, and it might not be good in the budget tournament. I'm not sure. I just wanted to test the Spell Stutters for you guys. Vials are 5 tickets on Moto. Yeah. It's about 5 tickets for one. So we can totally play a budget Vial deck in the tournament, and it's not illegal. It's only about 1/5 of the whole deck's cost. The playset of Vials for the budget tournament, one biologist, it's only about 1/5 of the deck, and it sure is going to be worth it. He does not want to trade the Pride Mage. Okay. So what can we do here? We should actually just hold up the Sprite. Honestly, what I'm holding up, though, is the Ether Mage. Let's just hang back. There's really no good play other than tutoring this turn, so go. Can I counter and remove Priest with the 1-drop, says Spleen? No, the plan is to just borrow his Pride Mate once he makes it really huge. That's my plan, anyway. I mean, yeah, I could counter the Soul Ward, but then that's one less counter I have for the Path to Exile hiding out in his hand. Which it might not be, because he said he's budget. No, the plan is just to let him grow the Pride Mage, and then I'm going to borrow it. That's my plan. Does anyone have Bogles that could probably be made into a decent budget deck? I mean, but Irish, as cool as winning the tournament might be, I know I did say it's a 500 ticket payout. That's not to first place. It's probably going to... Nathaniel was talking about it paying out all the way to maybe 4th place. So we can handle this Pride Mate if we want to. With some blocks. I'm not interested, though. I think I really want to spend the turn Ether Maging for the Sower. I mean, it only grows at once, though. It's not exponential. I mean, that's still awesome the way he did it. Did he reveal much? He didn't reveal anything. What? That's not how this card works. You have to reveal cards to get the life gain. What? Where's the reveal? Oh, okay, it says it over here. Well, that's stupid. It was a Ranger of Eos. He revealed just Ranger of Eos. Let's Wizard Cycle. Let's go grab Sower. Unless there's something else we can grab. Oh, the Trigger Mage shouldn't be in the main anymore. Although I do really need an Aether Vial. That might actually be better than just grabbing the Sower now. I'm interested in the Trinket Mage, actually. We really need a Vial. Like, we desperately need a Vial. So actually, I don't know why we're running the main deck. Oh, Irish, you were worried about the burn match, weren't you? You told me we should maybe run some main deck burn hate in the budget variant. That's why we were doing that. Okay. We were going to maybe main deck that's fine. God, those triggers are annoying. I'm just going to go ahead and F6 through it. You said that we should maybe consider main decking the Basilisk Collar. That was the reason we were main decking the Trigger Mage. So we should make... If we're worried about that in the form, we should make that change and maybe sideboard the Mana Denial artifact. It does actually deny mana if we also have Venser. I think this should be in the sideboard until we have a more reliable way to bounce it, though. Without that reliable bounce, it'll be really terrible. We're probably better off metaing about against creatures a little bit heavier in the main deck, so the Basilisk and the Shackles make sense. Second copy of Shackles in the board, and more Quicksilvers. Now again, because your opponent's going to bring an artifact hit, you may want to get the full value out of these Shackles game 1, and maybe we'll cut something else. You know, you may want to get the full value out of the Shackles game 1, and then just assume that they're going to bring in removal for it, if that's how you won. So go. My first guess is Burn is tier 1. Well, we also have Sun Droplets, a playset of Sun Droplet in the board. Like, I assumed that Burn would be good in a 100-ticket budget challenge tournament, so I've already compensated for that. I don't think we can support the Spell Skites. Again, those are each, what, about 20 tick? I don't know. Help me brew it. Let's do it. This is awesome. This is an opportunity for you guys to brew a deck for yourself while we brew a deck for the tournament for me. Everybody wins. Let's take it. We don't die necessarily. We need to kind of build up to a huge Master of Waves anyhow to win this and protect it. We have to do multiple things to win this. Let's do it though. Let's do the things that we need to do. So bouncing the Pride Mage here is huge. That's such a setback for the opponent that I'm willing to just cast the Harbinger here. That's such a huge setback. I know I said I wanted to steal the Pride Mate, but remember we tutored for the Trinket Mage for the Vial instead. So this is going to put the Pride Mate back into his hand. He's going to have to rebuild. This is going to be a long game. Opponents have 40 life, 41 life. You're not a fan of this? I incorporated all the same combos that this deck has into this other deck. Austin, you're just the kind of person that wants to see this, and that's fine. You want to see the expensive version that crushes Eldrazi. That's fine. I'm not playing this deck necessarily for you right now, Austin. I'm sorry. That's all I can tell you, man. You're probably the person that only enjoys watching me play the expensive Eldrazi killing version. That's fine. I'm not playing it tonight, though. I'm trying to prepare for a tournament. I'm trying to prepare for a tournament right now, Austin, so that doesn't really help us. We're trying to prepare for a $500 tournament. We could use the money on the stream. We could use the money. And it also helps support Card Hoarder if I'm in the tournament, so I'm going to do that. I don't understand. You guys just, you know what? You don't even get the stream. You just don't get the stream tonight, some of you guys. You just don't appreciate it. This is all you want to see from me, huh? That's really frustrating. That's unfrustrating. That's a little frustrating. You're missing the entire point of what I'm trying to do tonight. I'm trying to brew this on a budget for 2 reasons. One, so that players that don't have a lot of money, Austin, I love doing charities. This feels a little charitable. I love brewing on a budget for you guys sometimes because some people just don't have money to play this, Austin, okay? Not everybody has money or sponsors to play sweet Blood Moon action, okay? Don't get all high and mighty just because you have money. Don't. You're not going to win any favors tonight because we're trying to brew on a budget. We're trying to brew on a budget for a specific reason, to win $500. No, you're fine, Austin. It's just you're not the first one to say it tonight, and it was getting a little on my nerves, so you just kind of... Just making it clear. Just making it clear why we're playing it on a budget, okay? Yes, we could play with Blood Moons and Bridges, but not in this tournament. 98 thinks we can't beat the Hawks. Yeah, you're fine, Austin. You're fine. It wasn't you. It was actually I only watched Bad that actually triggered me, unfortunately. He's been just really on my nerves. So. Anyway. Specifically. It wasn't you, Austin. If it was anyone, it was I only watch. So where do we go from here? Do we want to get the Dowser online? Or do we want to just slam a Master? What do I think of Legacy Dredgevine? With Root Wallace? That sounds sweet. That sounds like my vintage deck a little. Do you even in real life? Hey man, after this match, can I see the deck list you're using? I'd really love to see a budget modern build I can afford and enjoy. Okay, you got it, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. Those are the questions I'm looking for tonight. That's what I'm looking for.